Hello, welcome to another episode of What's That Big Ugly Thing You Got Over There? What the hell is that thing? This is a Frigid P20 from probably the early 60s. I don't know if this is a 50s fan. Just picked it up with a stand, a kind of a unique stand. It's a little bunged up. It's not, doesn't really go on the stand right now, but that might be doable to fix that. We have a 3-speed push button with a thermostat. Handle's intact, cord. It's got this this here on it, which probably isn't original. And I picked it up really good. Got a good deal from this lady and her husband. They're kind of like collectors, and ran it for me. It wasn't on the stand, and I figured out what's wrong with it. These are all stripped out. So there's that to deal with. And it also made the motor sound really bad, and I told them what I'd give them for it, and they accepted it. But I actually think that the blades just aren't attached. So I'm going to try and pull the grate and see if we get the blades attached, and then we'll do a first run, see how if it sounds any better. The motor really sounded shot, but it's possible that we just need to get the blades attached. So let's see what happens. Okay, the blades are off. The little oil tube is not in its spot. There's a lot of gunk here on the shaft. We're going to take a closer look at that. But the blades are off of the Frigidaire, and we have an export motor. So, alright, here we go. More to come. Here's the export motor. I got the shaft sort of cleaned off. I got the tube back in the opening for the felt. Funniest part of this is it's really just like a piece of a straw that you'd find in a cafeteria. It's pretty hilarious. The flat on the shaft is pretty bunged up, and that could have to do some with why it kept coming loose or whatever, but it seems like they've had trouble with this in the past with this fan. It's a pretty substantial set screw. So we look cool. I just wiped a little bit of the dust off of the outside here. It's a little greasy, but I don't find a lot of up and down play this way. It's a little bit of a click, and it's to and fro. It's nice and solid. So no sound at all when it spins. So I think that awful sound I heard when I picked it up was that it was just spinning on here. A little bit of a look at it before we put it all back together. It's one-piece Venturi, which I've said I like that a little more. There's some rust in the bottom, as you can see, and the spiders and bugs and whatnot. It's going to be dusted out. Okay, this is pretty much how I found it. It's got these plastic feet deals, and all 4 of them are here, fortunately, and I was able to oil a little bit here. I oiled a little bit on the front of the shaft with the fan laying down. I was able to oil in the back, so we should be pretty happy to. Hopefully the blades hold. Let's find out if that's going to happen. Stay tuned. All right, we seem to be spinning real nice and free with no noise at all. The set screw is in. Sorry, it's not focused, and I'm out about that far on the shaft, not quite that as far as in. It was in very far before and it wasn't grabbing. So for right now, it seems like it's on there pretty good. We're going to put the front grate on and run it. Alright everybody, here's the Frigid 3-speed push button. We've got everything set and we're going to see how she runs. We'll start on high. What a difference. Go. Medium, low, we'll go back to high, it's fairly even running, no noise at all. It's got a thermostat, and the thermostat does shut it down. Knob's not broken or anything. The handle's here. Not a lot of rust on the grates. The chrome is okay. It seems to have held up pretty darn well. Like I said, the sides where it plugs into the stand are all screwed up. Next video I'll show you the stand. It's kind of unique. We run it back to the on position, and when I picked this up it was making all kinds of awful noise because the blades were off of the shaft, and they were so far back that the blade hub was hitting the little oil pipe. That's probably why the oil pipe was broken. And to off for a spin down. So there it is, much better. So we got a little oil in there. She's okay for now. Needs to be cleaned out a little bit. There's some dirt stuff, and it's rusty on the bottom, but otherwise it looks pretty good. It's a nice fan, so that's pretty interesting. I wonder a little bit about these mounted blade hub things. They all look the same. You got it on this fan, you got it on the Lakewood metal bladed fans, we got it on the GEs. So was this a company that made fan blade mounts and sold them to everybody? Or is it just a coincidence that everybody's blade mounts look the same? I wonder. Well, I'll start up from low and see how it does on low speed. Yeah, it's very quiet. Doesn't rattle. The tension in the grates, the way this pulls up, I had to lay the grate flat down to get that back on there. It was much easier to get off there than it was to get on it. But it takes a second to get to low, but it doesn't seem labored at all. And yeah, pretty nice fan. So like I said, I might not be able to show it to you on the stand, but I'll show you the stand when I bring it in. I'll probably just put it away. And so there you go. Frigid, early 60s, I guess. Looks like it to me. Thanks for watching.